Hello, my name is Jane, and I'm recording a few shorter yoga sessions, which I hope that you can use for a nice morning practice. I also have a tutorial about the importance of dedicating some time to yourself in the morning before you start your day. So maybe this is part of your morning routine. So if it is, a good morning. And otherwise, whenever you are doing this, you can also do this, of course, during your lunch break or in the evening. So yeah, whenever suits you best, of course. This is a little practice, core focused. So to really strengthen the core. So yeah, let's start. We're going to start on our backs. So just make your way to come lie on your back. And bring the feet a little bit wider and then let the knees fall into each other. You can have your hands on your belly. You're also welcome to place one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. You can also have your hands next to your body. But as you lie down, really just feel for a moment the heaviness of the body. Feel how you can really surrender down to the support of the earth. The earth is strong and stable, so you can really let go. No need to hold on to any tension or sort of to hold yourself up. You can soften the whole body. Just let the gravity blanket over you. And then start to connect to your breath. Maybe you want to close your eyes here. Just start to feel the breath, and with the hands on the belly or the chest and the belly, you should be able to feel that breath pretty nicely. Notice how the chest and the belly rise up on the inhale and how it comes down again on the exhale. And really breathing deeply into that lower belly. Yeah, the breath is such a powerful tool, and the moment that we breathe really deeply, the body can start to relax even more. Try to find a rhythm of breathing where we have an equal length in the inhale and the exhale. And so maybe you need to count your breaths. You can take 4 counts, for example, on the inhale and 4 counts on the exhale. You can also take 3 counts or 5 counts, whatever suits you. When we create a nice steady rhythm of breathing, equal lengths, inhales and exhales, breathing through the nose, we tap into the nervous system, to the autonomic nervous system and to the parasympathetic part, which is really connected to our relaxation. And as we slow down the breath, it also slows down the heart rate. So also very nice to do, for example, when you're in bed and it's hard to sleep. You can use that deep belly breathing, finding that equal rhythm. Let's take another 3 breaths here. Just connecting to the breath, to your body, just feeling. And then after that 3rd breath, just bring the knees apart again. Maybe you prefer to have the feet a little bit closer, but don't put them too close. You still want to keep them quite wide so that we work a little bit into the hips as we start to take these windshield wipers. So just start to drop your knees to one side and then to the other side. So just slowly moving the legs and the knees from one side to the other. And try to feel how the legs are also connected to the lower part of the torso. Our whole body basically is connected from the tips of our fingers to the very ends of our toes and the crown of our head. And yeah, all parts are connected by this network of fascia that we have in the body. And every movement in a single body part will ripple through to other body parts. So maybe you feel this a little bit in the lower part of the torso as well. You can feel it. You're twisting also in the spine a bit, and maybe you're feeling it in the lower back. And knees back up. And then we'll take a figure 4 to just give a little bit of a stretch to the glutes. Let's start with the right leg. So you're going to bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh, just below the knee, and flex your right foot just to protect the knee. And then if you can bring the knee in. You can hold the left knee or the left leg on the shin or in the back of the leg. And you can also keep the foot on the floor if that's enough for you. You can press into that right leg to open a little bit more in the hip in that way. So see what works for you. Always listen to your body. A few breaths here. Let's stay connected to that nice steady rhythm of breathing. Let's take one more inhale. And then on your exhale, slowly releasing. Placing the right foot on the floor, keep the knee bent, and now we'll do the other side. So the left ankle comes onto the thigh, just below the knee, flexing the left foot. And maybe you just want to press into that left leg, opening in the hip like that. Or maybe you bring the right knee in, and you can hold the shin or the back of the thigh. And you should feel this now in that outer left hip, in the left glute. Just a few breaths here. Taking one more deep breath in. And then on your exhale, releasing. And then just hold your knees. You can have your arms straight. Just let the knees fall out to the side. It's like my knees are sort of hanging in my hands like this. Just opening in the groin a little bit like this. Just a few breaths. And then the knees come back together. And now you're going to bring the knees into a 90-degree angle and notice that the knees are right above the hips. So we don't want them in towards the chest and we also don't want them out too far. So you want them right above the hips. Arms can be on the floor, pressing the hand palms down, and you can just press all the vertebrae down into the mat. So we're really pressing that whole back side of the torso into the mat, and you should really start to feel that engagement, the engagement in the core. And then on the next inhale breath, you can lift up the hands up towards the sky. Keep on pressing all your vertebrae down into the mat. And maybe this is enough. Maybe you stay here. And this is what I call the starting position. If you want to take the movements with me, this is a little bit like a pilates style exercise. We move slow, we coordinate the body in a way, and we keep pressing the vertebrae into the mat, and also the knee that stays bent will stay above the hip. So really focus on that. So there's a lot of things to actually be aware of. As you're inhaling, you're going to bring your right foot and your left hand away from each other. So you're extending arm and leg. Really keep pressing everything down into the floor, your vertebrae, and then the bent knee, the left knee stays right above the hip. On your exhale, slowly, you come back to your starting position. Inhaling now, left leg and the right arm extend away from each other. Keep pressing vertebrae into the mat. Right knee stays right above the hip. And then exhaling, you come back. So you move slow, long breaths. Inhaling, extending right leg, left arm. Exhaling back to the starting position. And then inhaling again, left leg, right arm. So you can continue this movement. We'll do this for quite a bit of time. Really keep on pressing the vertebrae into the mat. Now, if you're doing this and you're feeling it in your lower back, I have an alternative exercise that you can do, which is actually also really nice. For those who are doing the thing that we just did, keep on going. But if you want to give yourself a different variation, if your lower back is sensitive, placing the hands flat on the floor in the curve of the lower back. So this supports the lower back. Both knees are bent, as you can see. I have the feet on the floor. And then I'm just going to extend the right leg out. And then on my next in-breath, I'm just lifting up the head a little bit. And I'm lifting up the right leg. You can take a breath or two here. And then you lower down. And then again, as you inhale, coming up. You don't have to really crunch up too far with then you'll strain the neck maybe. So just like lifting up a little bit the shoulder blades and just looking up towards the sky. And then exhale, coming down. And again, lifting up. And exhale, coming down. And so you can take a few breaths as you're doing this. And also, of course, after a few rounds, say after 3 rounds, you'll take the other side. And you keep on alternating. I'm going to go for a few rounds more with the people who are still there on the, a little bit more intense variation, I would say. Right arm of right leg and left arm towards the back on the inhale, and on the exhale, bringing myself back to the starting position. Inhaling, left leg towards the back and the right arm overhead. So it's always opposite arm and leg moving away from each other. Slow breathing, controlled movement, really pressing those vertebrae into the mat. So wherever you are, let's take one more round with each leg. And also, if you're taking the other variation that's more better for lower back issues, one movement with each leg. And then you can hug your knees into your chest. Maybe you want to rock a little bit from side to side. Nice deep breath in and out. And then we're going to make our way into a seat. And you can do that by rocking a few times back and forth. I really like this. It's always a nice massage for the spine. But of course, if that doesn't feel good, you can just roll to your side. And then you make your way into a seat. So coming onto all fours, tabletop position, we're going to prepare for downward facing dog. And you're really going to press into all corners of your hands, tucking toes under, and then bringing yourself to downward facing dog, lifting up the hips, pulling the navel slightly in. Maybe you feel like taking a little bit of movement here. This is probably the first down dog of your day. You can bend into both knees. You can just walk your dog alternating heels up and down. Maybe you feel like taking a little bit of a sort of a twist where you bring one knee in and flare the hip out. And then slowly walking feet towards the front of the mat. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, folding. And then inhale, circle the arms up, engage into the core, really pulling that navel in and up. And exhale, hands in front of the heart. We'll go for our sun salutations, and I'll make them a bit different because I'm adding some core work into it. So a deep breath in and out. And then inhaling, really pulling that navel in and up. And keep that core engaged in all times. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, exhale, hands to the floor, step back into your plank. And then take an inhale breath here. And then on your exhale, lower the right forearm down to the floor, and then the left forearm down to the floor. You can stay here if you want, really engage into the core, or you can make it a little bit more intense. Inhale, the right leg lifts. You can stay here, or on your exhale, you bring the knee towards the shoulder. Inhale, extend. Exhale, down. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, bring the knee towards the shoulder. Inhale, extending. And exhale, lower, down. Inhale, right arm to the floor, left hand to the floor. And now on your exhale, you can lower yourself chaturanga, maybe full chaturanga, or maybe you use your knees on the floor, lowering yourself down. Inhaling, opening the chest for cobra, or maybe you prefer upward facing dog. And so take your variation, whatever you're used to doing also. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breaths in and out. See if you can really rotate your triceps down towards the mat. That way you tend to open a bit more in the shoulders. Taking a deep inhale breath. On the exhale, bend into the knees and either step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, engage into the core. Lifting up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Round 2. Inhale, circle arms. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant the hands, stepping back into your plank. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, left forearm down to the floor. Right forearm down to the floor. And maybe you stay here. Maybe on the inhale you lift the left leg. Maybe you stay here on the exhale, bringing knee towards the chest or towards the shoulder. Inhale, extend. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift up the right leg. Exhale, bring knee to shoulder. Inhale to extend. Exhale, down. Inhaling, left hand to the floor and the right hand to the floor. And now on your exhale, lowering yourself chaturanga. And maybe using knees onto the floor. Inhaling maybe for cobra or your upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Deep breaths in and out. And pressing into all those four corners of your hands to release the pressure of the wrists. And lengthening along the spine, lengthening along the back of the legs. Deep inhale. And then on your exhale, bend into the knees, look in between your hands, either step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding. Inhale, engage into the core, circle the arms up. Exhaling, hands in front of the heart. Let's do one more round. Inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose, hold here. Deep inhale. Exhale, right forearm down to the floor, left forearm down to the floor. Inhaling, the right leg lifts. Exhale, maybe you bring the knee to the chest or the knee to the shoulder. Inhale, extend, and exhale down. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, bring that knee forward. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower down. And then right hand back to the floor. Inhaling in the left hand. So you're back into your plank. Deep breath in. And on your exhale, lower yourself, chaturanga. Inhaling for cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Deep breaths in and out. Next, inhale, bending into the knees, look in between your hands. Step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. We're going to go for Sun Salutation B, also adding some core work to that. Inhaling, coming into your chair pose, Utkatasana. And now on the exhale, slowly start to lower down, lower your sitting bones down to the floor. And then slowly coming into your boat pose. Engage your core. Now, if it's too much with the legs straight, remember you can bend into the legs, you can hold the legs. You can also have hands forward with the bent knee, so see what works for you. Deep breath in and out. And slowly lowering to low boat. Stay with the breath. 3, 2, 1. We're back into our boat pose. Choosing your variation. Now try to keep the chest lifted. If you're with your legs straight, press the balls of the feet together. Let's do one more inhale breath. And then on the exhale, the feet come down. Now maybe you can see if you can lean forward, and then bring yourself back into that chair pose. You can always use your hands if you need to. Deep breath in, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, plant the hands, stepping back, plank pose, or maybe jumping back into your chaturanga, slowly lowering down. Inhaling for cobra or your upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step the foot in between your hands. Back foot 45-degree angle. Inhale, come up, warrior 1. Take a deep breath in here. And on your exhale, hands down to the floor. Taking a vinyasa. You can step the foot back. Maybe you keep the leg lifted. Slowly lower down. Inhaling, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Next breath in, left leg rises. On the exhale, step the foot in between your hands. Back foot 45. Inhale, coming up. Virabhadrasana A, warrior 1. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, hands down. Back into your plank. Slowly lowering down. Remember, you can use your knees. Inhaling for cobra or upward facing dog, just so showing different variations. And exhale, down dog. Deep breath in and out. Next, inhale, bend into the knees, look in between your hands. Step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding. Inhale, coming into your chair pose. Stay here. Exhale, deep breath in. And then slowly we're going to lower down again. Slowly, slowly. See if you can sit your sitting bones down. Remember, you can use your hands if you need to. And we're back into that boat pose. Whichever variation you need. Breathe here. Strong core. 3, 2, 1. Low boat. Stay with the breath. Pull the navel in and up. 3, 2, 1. Back into your boat. Lift up the chest. Strong legs. 3, 2, 1. And then the feet come down to the floor. Inhaling, coming back up into your chair. Use hands if needed. And then exhale, straighten the legs and the hands next to the body. Give yourself a breather here. Just feel the body after these sun salutations and that core work. And then inhaling, circling arms. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling to halfway lift. And then exhale, planting hands, stepping back, plank pose. Deep breath in, engage into the core. And then you're slowly going to bring your right forearm to the floor and then the left forearm. Now making sure that you have a steady stance here. We're going to go and move a few times from this low plank to a side plank. Now the idea is to keep the whole core, the whole torso in one line with the shoulders, so that you don't sort of bring a deep twist into the torso as you take this movement, just to protect your lower back here. So strong core. Now on your next inhale breath, you're going to come onto that right arm. I'm showing left side here, but you can come onto that right arm and you basically bring the feet one in front of the other. And so you roll onto the sides of the feet, pressing hips up. Breathe here. 3, 2, 1. Slowly bringing yourself back to that low plank. And then you're going to come onto that left arm. So opening up towards the right side. Coming onto the sides of the feet. One foot in front of the other. Lifting up hips. Strong core. 3, 2, 1. Slowly back to that low plank. Deep breath in. And then we're slowly back onto the right arm. Stay with the breath. 3, 2, 1. Slowly back. Low plank. Then we're opening up towards the right side, so you're on your left arm. 3, 2, 1. And then you're back to your low plank. Let's give it another deep breath cycle. And then you're slowly lowering yourself down to the floor. And you can make your way onto your back. Maybe you just hug your knees into your chest, rocking a little bit from side to side. And then preparing yourself for a short Savasana. We won't make it too long. Just see how much time you have. You can take 5 breaths, 10 breaths, 15 breaths, whatever suits you. As you come into Savasana, you let the legs, you really relax so the feet fall out to the side. Arms a little bit away from the body. Hand palms open up towards the sky so that the chest and the shoulders are nice and open. And then just like in the beginning of the practice, just let the body become really heavy. Let that gravity blanket over you. Like it's covering you like a blanket, pulling you down towards the earth. Letting the whole body be soft and relaxed. And you can stay here as long as you like. I just want to say thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day or rest of your day. Namaste.